Ubisoft cancels press previews of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Oh boy, Ubisoft, what have you done again? Or let me just say, what are you still doing, actually? So apparently Ubisoft wanted to appear in the Tokyo Game Show. If you don't know what that is it is basically an E3 in Japan, or Tokyo to be specific, where they show off games annually, and so kind of get only one chance a year for this. And so Ubisoft planned appearing there with their game Assassin's Creed Shadows, but due to various circumstances, they could not. So they had to cancel it, which is kind of a big deal for Ubisoft having to, or kind of a punch for them. Let's just say that. Now, again, if you are like me and don't know what the heck is going on in the world, Ubisoft basically just is working on a new Assassin's Creed. This time, let me just say a little bit controversial, just a tiny little bit, you know. You pay attention to detail a lot, you might see that, you might notice some details that they have let me not have done wrong, have done differently. That is really just minor details, really. Like, for example, making the main protagonist black. Yeah. Quick note from Squire from the future here. So, apparently there was an African samurai in Japan. Okay, relax, I did my research now, okay? Just, it's all cool. So, apparently his name was Yasuke, and he was the first African samurai, which was around 1500 Edo, Japan, if that tells you anything. And so yeah, fine, there is historic accuracy in the game, yet you still have to kind of look at your audience and what it says, and if people are not receiving that well. So to basically summarize the claim that Japan and Ubisoft makes, it's basically Ubisoft is saying, Yasuke was this super great samurai who have bested everyone and was recognized by everyone. Everyone loved him, he was so great, he was so awesome. And Japan is saying, wait a minute, he was actually a slave and got accepted by some master and he taught him, but he was never actually recognized. But the thing is, we know so little about the actual history of this sort of legend or spectacle, however you want to call it, that it's pretty much everything vague, which or some things are more vague than others that you assume about him. And so you can basically argue on both sides, but at the end of the day it's pretty much the same results, you know. It's kind of pretty much a good description of what the ideas of the different sides now in today's world are. Basically the West is saying, oh yeah, he was great, he was just awesome, trust us. And Asia is saying, no, he was a slave. And so, like I said, I'm no expert, that's just my little information that I can give to you here. But yeah, so basically it's kind of like statement against statement, and it's both just, you know, yeah, what do you do with it, you know? And at the end of the day, like, you have to look at the your audience, and if your audience doesn't really receive that well what you do with your games, then well, guess what? That's capitalism. If nobody likes it, nobody's gonna buy it, and you have to suffer the loss. So, you know, you can either stick to your idea and make a huge financial loss, or you actually listen to your audience and say, okay, you know what, fine, you didn't want it this, we do it like that. And then both win. But Ubisoft, well, you know, And overall, in general, it is safe to say that Ubisoft is not currently performing as well at all. So they really cannot afford to displease their audience in this sort of manner. And you know, I remember when the second part of Assassin's Creed released, which was a huge hit, deserved though, rightfully. And they really tried to keep things historically accurate. It was, you know, they just looked at the history book from school and said, okay, we'll just do it exactly that with a little bit more action, and no one had a problem with that. You know, they could tell their moms, hey yo, I want to play this brutal assassination game where you kill people, but I'm learning something from it. And that was pretty much my reasons to buy it. But now, if you just look at the pictures, you're kind of thinking like, yeah, what? So, did he just travel to Japan and became a samurai, or what happened? This topic is actually too deep for me to just cover all of this in one video, so I think I'm just gonna leave it there. You know, maybe you know more than I do, and yeah. But let me know what you think about this. Leave a like if you like samurais, leave a like if you don't, and leave a like if you just want to be assassinated.